This is Brent Lovall Group. If you're in car sales and you get internet leads, if you implement this process that I developed, I give you my word that you will close more deals. Your internet percentages will go up. It's a proven formula. I did it for 5 years. I would consistently close at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17% every single month. Handled hundreds of internet leads, got so good at it where they literally, the dealership would just say, take all of the leads because I would consistently do so good. This is the formula. Let's go through it step by step. Internet process. The first thing is you want to stop the clock. You want to be the first person to them. You want to average 3 minutes. I would always average 1 to 2 minutes. I got so good where I literally would hire an assistant, and if I was with people, I taught the assistant this process, and that is what we did. Shout out to John Hunt, Connor Brown, who helped me for years. They were my assistants, and John's running his own internet department right now, absolutely crushing it. So this right here, it works. Again, you want to average 3 minutes. The reason why it is the first person to that prospect wins. Meaning if you're really good on the phone, if you're terrible on the phone, then it doesn't matter. I mean, it still does, but not as much. But if you can form that bond with that person, meaning when they give you an opening, even if if I'm busy at work right now, that's an opening. They're at work. What kind of work do you do? Oh, how long have you been there? And then there's 3 things that people can talk about that they just keep going. Themselves, their family, and their job. If you can get someone talking about those 3 subjects, they will just go. And that is how you take openings. Even if people try to blow you off, you still push a little bit. And by doing that, most people will be like, okay, when can I call you back? That's not what you do. You keep pushing. And then that 20-second call ends up having the 12, 13-minute conversation. They think that you take the time where they really like you. This person's listening. I like this person. I want to do business with this person. So you look for openings by taking every single opening. Then when they're saying I'm busy at work, and then I ask questions about their work, and then they start talking about, well, they got to pick up their kids. How many kids do you have? You take the openings and you show them that you were a good listener. Most salespeople want to talk about what they want to talk about, and that is what? Whatever product or service that they're selling. Don't go for the kill right out of the gate. Get them to like you, and then they will want to come and see you. So right out of the gate, stop the clock, average 3 minutes. The first person to them wins. And what I mean by that is, if they get a hold of me, I will build that relationship, and then the next person that calls them, they're like, no, I've already talked to this person. I'm going to see this person. I've already set an appointment. They don't want to keep talking about the same things, meaning like what cars, price. They don't want to go through all of that again because they already spent 15 minutes with somebody. They like me now. I've already formed that bond, so they're going to come see me. I promise you that much. Next thing you do is you read the lead. And what I mean by that is this. If a prospect asks a question, how many miles are on the vehicle? Or what's the earliest that I come and see it? What's the interest rates right now? If you don't cover that right out of the gate, or at least in your personalized text or your email, it shows that you're not a real professional. It shows that you're not on your game. If you answer that right out of the gate, that is an amazing job. We would get shopped, and I would always be the highest person. I would always do this process to a T. And companies that I worked for absolutely loved it because they didn't have to worry about the internet. Every month we would close at such a high percentage, and then when they got in there, I would close at 70 to 80% face-to-face, meaning 7 or 8 out of 10 people that came onto the dealership, they left in a vehicle. So do this process. Next thing, you're going to read the lead. Again, make sure you take the time, read the lead before you call that person, before you text or email. Next thing is you call the prospect. If they don't pick up, you need to have a personal, just something that you're going to say that's very warm and inviting to get that person back. Always leave a voicemail. Always. Next thing, if you get a hold of the prospect, that's even better. Again, you're building that relationship. But if they don't, leave a very warm and a very just good feeling voicemail. The next thing is you send a personalized text. I see so many companies that send just a generic text. To opt in, text yes. They don't say anything else. That is terrible. You didn't take any time. You can literally create templates where it automatically pops the prospect names. It can automatically pop the car that they inquire about. You can do all of that to save yourself time, but the most important thing right here on number 4, send a personalized text. It needs to have their name in there, the vehicle that they inquired about, or the generic vehicle that they inquired about, or just no vehicle at all. You inquired about getting a vehicle. It needs to be a personalized text. And then it also needs to have your cell phone number in there because you want them to call you back, not the dealership where somebody else can get on the phone. You want to have your cell phone number so they call or text you back. Next step is send a personalized email. Again, so many people send a generic one that doesn't answer any questions. It's just terrible. Send a personalized. If you do this, it takes more time, yes, but yet you will have such a higher closing percentage. Next is send a personalized video of the vehicle of yourself. You're thinking that's going to take a lot of time. Everybody gets a video. Yes, every single person gets a video. If you handle 50 internet leads this month, all 50 people should get at least one video per person. And I notice I use the words at least one video per person. So the reason why you want to do that, because it shows them that you took the time. In the video, you want to mention the prospect's name. If Jim inquired, Jim, this is the 2022 Volkswagen Atlas that you inquired about. You go through it. The video needs to be max 60 seconds. No one's going to want to watch a 3-minute video of you doing a walk around. Be short, be brief, point out the things that are important to that person. That is the key. If they don't have a VIN specific, if they just say inquired about a Ford Explorer, just send any Ford Explorer or line a few different ones up and say, these are the Ford Explorers here. We also have all kinds of other ones over here. And it just shows them that you have a good inventory. If you don't have a VIN specific and you send a video of yourself, I've had so many people that watch the video and then they walk into the dealership and they're like, that's the guy I'm looking for. I've never met him before, but because they watch my video, they know who I am and they feel comfortable with me or partially comfortable. Their guard is still up a little bit at that point, but they at least know who you are and what you're going to do. So send a personalized video of yourself. You also want to call 2 to 3 times a day. You're thinking, damn, 2-3 times? Yes, 2 or 3 times. Statistically speaking, the customer within the first 7 days, you have a higher percentage of closing that person. That's the reason why you want to call 2 or 3 times a day. And that brings me to my next point. Get to work at 8 o'clock or 7:30. Whenever your dealership opens up, the service department is when you can legally call that person. So if the dealership, the service opens up at 7:30, you can call at 7:30. Even if the prospect doesn't pick up, you still leave a voicemail. But also think about this. Most salespeople get to the office as soon as the sales hours open, meaning 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. By that time, I've already called all of my internet leads. I've already called so many other people. It's not a good thing. You want to call before everybody else. Again, the first person to these people, that's who builds that relationship. That's who wins. So follow this process, and I give you my word, I reassure you, if you do this, your closing percentages will go higher. Your gross will go higher, mainly because they like you. And if you've done a great job of presenting, if you've given a lot of value, they don't go back and forth as much. So follow this process. I give you my word, it will work. If you need any help with this process, reach out to me. Phone number 502-802-9469. I'm super, super happy to help you close more deals. Have a great day.